Views expressed in the videos are my observation, analysis of events, persons based on principles of astrology. It's not my intent to predict, forecast absolute outcomes, only suggest how they may unfold. Nothing is set in stone. I could be wrong, but often I'm right. My desire is not to promote fear, only inform about what we see unfolding. It is our wish to prepare our subscribers for events that could affect them, their family, their goals, and their future, to help to prepare for what you may already suspect is happening, and to send a warning shot across the bow and raise a flag of concern. Our goal is to help, not hinder, in these perilous times, to inspire and offer possible direction, and to reveal that a greater plan and purpose are behind all that is happening. Eventually, we will see a brighter day. If you would like to show your appreciation for our work on these videos or this channel, and also the Knowing Whispers channel, you can always click on the word thanks at the bottom of all the videos. It's Robert Cosmar of the Astrology of Life YouTube channel, and also the 3 Substack newsletters, Knowing Whispers, Messages from the Universe, Trump in America, and Deep Truths, Beyond Logic and Imagination. Today I am going to hopefully share with you information that will make you feel a little bit lighter in respect to the way that you're feeling now. Ever since about the middle of November, I have felt disconnected to my higher self and my guidance. And along with the death of my brother, which kind of compounded things, it made me feel cut off and isolated. And at times it was a challenging struggle, to try to understand, what is going on? Why all of a sudden am I going through this particular, situation? So because I'm usually very busy with all kinds of things going on, I failed to look at my charts. And after meditating, and even my meditations were difficult. Okay, often the times when you're dealing with something like that, it's very difficult to shake, that mental, emotional energy and to be able to get a clarity of a higher conscious feeling. So after this morning, I decided to take a look at my horoscope, which from time to time I do, but I don't because I'm involved in other people's horoscopes. But I found something very interesting, and something which I hope will be of comfort to those of you that are feeling similar to what I am, considering the election and how it's turned out so far, and considering other factors that may enter into your life. And what I found out is this, okay? I'm going to go over here to the aspectarian on the left, and you're going to see Saturn is squaring the Sun, squaring Mercury, and also squaring Jupiter right now. Now, these are the planets in the sky right now. So these are planets to planets in the sky, in the universe, that basically discuss or reveal the overall condition globally instead of individually. Okay? And of course, Saturn means challenges, difficulties, restrictions, limitations, karma, okay, all of these things. And with Saturn, a hard aspect from Saturn, the feeling that you get is that you're doomed. Nothing's going to get any better. Okay, this is it type of a feeling. So it's an extremely challenging aspect in your horoscope to have. And if you are not inwardly directed meditatively and able to separate from your attention mentally and emotionally and allow your higher self to communicate through, you may not know why, okay? Because it is essentially representing the shadow, your karma. And it's important that you are able to see that, because that is a big issue that stands in the way of your further integration into your higher self and also the oneness. All right. So for those of you that are suffering, for those of you that are having a difficult time, all right, one of the temptations you're going to go through one of the things your ego and mind and emotional body will throw to you is, oh, you can't meditate. It's too bad. Go feel sorry for yourself. All right? That's the worst thing you can do. Because even an attempt to go within, all right, and to allow yourself to feel what it is you're feeling and allow your guidance and higher self to maybe assist you. Without that support, without that help, you may go years and not understand why, when you go through periods like this, okay, why you feel the way that you do, why you feel stuck. All right. Now, the condition of your natal Saturn is very important as to how you feel. If you have in your natal chart a lot of aspects, hard aspects, conjunctions, squares and oppositions, sesquiquadrate, maybe in conjunct, from Saturn, all right, the more you have, the harder it's going to feel, okay? I have, not only in my horoscope, Saturn in the 12th house, but it also has several hard aspects, personal aspects in my chart, all right, which reveal to me the karma that I have to endure in this particular lifetime, all right, but also the pain, okay, the repercussions that I have brought into this life, chosen to go through, to heal and to move beyond, okay, the limitations, okay, that these bring, right? And they're not a limitation outside of me. They're a limitation of something I don't know, understand, or see within me, okay? So, at the most, some of you may be suffering more than others out there because of the fact that you have hard aspects in your natal chart from Saturn. You'd want to look at the planets that they're aspecting. You'd also want to look at the house rulerships, the house rulership of Saturn, the rulerships of the planets that are aspected, because that'll tell you what is bothering you, why it is that you feel so down, okay? Now, I was going to do another chart on here, a graphic ephemeris, to show you the timeline of when. This aspect, okay, of Saturn to these lower bodies, the Sun and Mercury, okay, and Jupiter, will not come into full aspects until I think it's the latter part of January, maybe, or maybe sometime in February, or no, in December, but I think it's in January and February. So the impact of this does not actually come to its maximum until that time. So you can expect this dark cloud, so to speak, in one form or the other, depending upon your natal Saturn and its aspects, to kind of linger through the holiday season. Okay, and that's why I'm kind of titling this particular video Trump and the Holiday Blues, or the Holiday Season Blues, or something like that, because this particular holiday season will not feel as joyful. There'll be this lingering angst, you know, in the background that will kind of be tormenting us, okay, but also revealing to us what is happening to us, okay. We have kind of, in a way, been used to hiding and denying our fears. And this is often what's behind the situation with a Saturn aspect, is that you don't want to face a fear, you don't want to consciously understand what a fear is, or you feel like that you've lost control of some aspect of your life, and your ego wants to keep that control, but something more powerful is going on here, right? And you cannot, okay, you cannot hide from it, you can't outrun it. It's like you kind of regurgitated it up into your consciousness, and it's sitting there competing, okay, for your ability to feel loving. Right now, other things to consider here, okay, when you're talking about Saturn squaring the Sun, difficulty in self-expression, your difficulty in being able to freely express what you feel often happens with Saturn squaring the Sun. Saturn squaring Mercury, all right? Negative thinking, difficulty in communicating, okay, because you have this thing that you need to itch and you can't find out how to do that. It's like it's an invisible itch. And then Saturn squaring Jupiter here is hope. You feel hopeless. Okay, so it's a very dark cloud, and it will affect us differently depending upon the condition of our natal Saturn. Okay, and this will be interesting to see how we all deal with this. Okay, because again, it brings up the depth and the level and the angst around our fears. It makes us very, what do you call it? It makes us feel out of sorts, agitated, I guess is the word I was going for. So if you're feeling these things, astrologically, it's normal. If you're suffering from this, you would want to know where Saturn is in your natal chart and what the aspects are. Okay? And if you have an accurate birth time, you want to know what houses are involved. This is tremendously helpful because it gives you the why. Okay? To suffer unconsciously and not know why is very tormenting. If you're unable to gain insight from your higher self and guidance, it can make you feel trapped. And that can lead to all kinds of very challenging behaviors if you're unable to find some relief. Okay? And really that's the importance of meditation. It is not only relief, but it's also healing. But I would imagine that for the vast majority of the world, the vast majority even of my audience, that probably not a lot of you meditate. Okay, so what you're left with is having to deal with the torment of your mental and emotional bodies, unless you can find something to distract you. But in those quiet moments, you realize that that angst, that unconscious cloud starts to come in again. Okay, and it's coming in to help you to address it. And the key is how to address it, and are you addressing it? If you don't, then eventually it will pass because Saturn will move out of aspect. All right. But again, in the next, let's say the next 7, 14 years or whatever, you'll come back to that similar situation. All right. Where you'll feel that again. And maybe you'll wonder at that point, why haven't I grown more conscious? Why do I don't feel more whole? Why haven't I healed better? Okay. It's because you weren't willing in the moment when that darkness began to manifest itself to address it. Okay. To be able to take a look at it. Okay. I think, like I said, this was kind of a revelation to me when I took the time to look at my own situation. All right. I hope that it speaks to you in terms of what you're feeling and you understand how you can look in your horoscope to get an understanding of why maybe you feel kind of offset, off balance, abandoned, okay? That type of thing, spiritually. It's probably the worst experience that you can have if you are in the type of work that I'm doing, or that you're a psychic or you're a tarot reader or whatever. Boy, to go through those periods of feeling absolutely disconnected is tormenting, to say the least. Okay. Keep in mind, if you will, that my partner CJ also has 2 newsletters on Substack. One's called CJ's World. The other is called CJ's Whispers of Knowing. CJ is a tremendously gifted channel of conscious, unconscious energies. If you're not over there to read what she writes, you're missing something that could feed and nourish your wounded soul. All right? So keep in mind and take a look over on Substack, the platform. And we're both over there to feed you what we're given and to share with others so that they will understand that you're not alone. Okay? You're not alone in this whole situation. That the world essentially is in the same soup. America is in the same soup. Okay? All right. Now, before I go here, I want to mention another thing that I'm going to be talking about and doing a video on. Probably not today. I've been wondering about the tremendous downfall of MSNBC and the situation with Scarborough and his wife Mika going and visiting Trump. And they're down like 50%. Okay? And I was wondering, okay, maybe I ought to go back and find out what the natal chart is of MSNBC. And I did. And I looked at it, and I looked at it by the transits, and boy, was it revealing. So my next video here in a day or two is going to be about the downfall of MSNBC. They are in a mess, okay? And they're in a mess that ain't going to go away anytime soon. It is going to require changes, Okay, and heads could roll before the whole thing's over with. They may have to totally gut what they've got, or gut the particular vision that they have for their service. And compromising is not the thing. The answer to that situation is not compromising. It's being more diligent and keeping an eye on Trump and what he's trying to do. Okay, because MSNBC is one of the bastions, so to speak, or the voice out there for the anti-Trump MAGA movement. And we certainly wouldn't want to lose that voice, because then again, the unaware public would be absolutely swamped with MAGA-loving news people. Okay, and that would be very unfortunate. Okay, from the love of my life, CJ, my spiritual partner, my best friend, love of my life, we thank you. We do hope that this information makes the burden a little lighter for you and that you will be able to enjoy the holiday season. But understand that you may have a stone in your shoe, okay, and not able to get it out of there for quite a while. There'll be periods where it's a little better than others, but this is an angst that's kind of going to be hanging on, at least until probably mid-February, maybe mid-January to February. Okay? Subscribers, those of you that are members, thank you. Those of you that make donations, thank you so much. Those of you that have come over, almost 100 people have come over to the Astrology of Karma and Evolution YouTube channel and begun to communicate, which is something that I've always wanted and always cherished. And I realized something different too, or something interesting about it, The way that I approach things over there is a lot more laid back than what I do here. Over on this channel, because maybe of the content, because of what I'm focusing on, I feel that at times I'm more animated and I'm more, like I'm talking at you than I'm actually talking to you. And it's refreshing for me to be able to go over to that channel and just to kind of talk to you about experiences, okay, about higher consciousness, about inner healing, about relationship. For some reason, it doesn't feel quite right here on this channel. Over there, it does. And that's why that channel now is on the internet, on YouTube. And it's going to be a great channel for those of you that need to feel some kind of clarification, validation for what you're experiencing and going through. Because I try over there, as I do in all my writing, to come as close as I can from my heart to sharing with you, okay, my feelings, my challenges, my pitfalls, my failures, so that you feel like you can open up as well and share yours. Because that is the key. Whenever you can get two-way communication going that is totally vulnerable, intimate, and honest, all right, there's always a possibility that healing can reveal itself in some way, shape, or form. So keep that in mind when you go over to that channel, or even you respond on this channel, okay, that I'm eagerly wanting and waiting to share more with you. But if for whatever reason you feel inhibited, okay, you don't need to. I'm not going to bite you. I'm not going to attack you, okay? I will share with you what I know, what I feel in a given moment, and hopefully that will open up the flow, okay, of energy for other people, because the folks that are watching the videos, okay, and that go into the community and stuff, have a different picture of what the purposes of the channel itself. The channel has always been about informing you, alerting you to what could be, but most importantly, to helping you to consciously re-empower yourself and not feel like you're a victim. So many people feel like they're a victim, okay? And oddly enough, the power is not in the hands of MAGA. The power is not in the hands of Donald Trump. The power is within our hearts, but we have to reclaim it. Okay? Thank you for watching, and I hope that you will share the information that is going to be in the video.